Hey guys, and welcome to the Wealth Motivation channel. Yes, it is me. Anyway, I'm trying to make sure I at least post one video to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. And eventually I will be starting a blog and many other things. Anyway, the main point of today's video is people were asking me, why do all these, I want to necessarily call them gurus, but people who try and inspire you, want to show you like all the nice houses, the nice cars, the vacations, the places they go, all this other kind of stuff. It's like, why do you show that? And the conclusion that I personally came to was because as people, we're motivated by something physical. Generally, we are motivated by stuff. So it's just like, oh, I do X, Y, and Z, I get this item. It's like when we're little, hey, I go pull weeds for grandma, she gives me $5. We are incentive driven beings. And the incentive for wealth is that you can literally do whatever you want, when you want, have what you want, and it's just like no big deal. So that's why they flash the nice cars, the nice houses, the vacation homes. That's why they do all this stuff. And to me, it's just kind of like, this is cool. I can live with that. But the big thing that motivates me is I look past all the physical and materialistic stuff that people have. Yes. Do I like Lambos? Yeah. But I like big lifted trucks more. Like, literally, I could have a fleet of trucks and be as happy as a clam. But it's just like, it's not just the materialistic stuff that you need to be looking at. It's just like, what kind of time do you have? Like, you can literally wake up when you want. You can go golfing. You can go boating. You can go swimming. You can go have lunch with your friends if they aren't at work. I mean, like, the world opens up to you. More options become available. You don't just have to, buy clothes once a year. Like, hey, I can go buy new clothes every single month. Because, clothes do get damaged over time, especially if you wear them. And it's just like, I can afford to have multiple shirts, jeans, shoes. I mean, it's just like the world becomes unlimited to you, it becomes limitless. And I think a lot of people don't see that. It's just like, oh, I'm not on a budget anymore. I'm, I can go on the vacation I've always dreamed about. I can buy my spouse that car that they've always wanted to drive. I mean, you can literally do just about anything. It's like I can donate to my church, my alma mater. I mean, there's just, the world becomes so much. Like, my friend who, one of my best friends, he wants to become a robotics engineer, I want to believe, people who have lost limbs. He wants to build that kind of stuff. And to me, that's amazing. And I would like him to be able to focus solely on his work. And what I'd love to do is pay off all of his school debt, give him some cash so he can start off on the right foot. And that way he just has no worries. And all he has to do is focus on his work. That's one of my big goals. And so you just look outside. Eventually, you start looking outside yourself. Oh, I can help this friend. I can help that family member. I can do this. I can do that. You actually, when you have more money, you can become less selfish. Because when you have no money, you have to be selfish with your time. You have to be selfish with your money. All this other fun stuff. Because if you're not having a lot of income coming in, you can't, go visit your friends. You can't do this. You can't just go take a week off of work because then you're missing a week of work. And nobody wants that. So it just becomes this hectic whirlwind of just a hellacious life, really. And I don't see why people don't see it that way. I mean, to me, if I wasn't able to go, like, honestly, every week, I'd like to be going and seeing a different friend. Somebody who I haven't seen in a while. I just want to go be like, hey, what's up? We should, grab lunch. I'm in this town. Let's hang out for a couple of days. And it's just like, and if they were to say, like, I can't miss work, I'd be like, how much money would you earn in that couple of days? This amount? Cool. I'll double it. And so that way you're not missing any income. And that's not paying my friend to hang out with me. That's just compensating him for his time. Because if he was that strapped and that worried about money, I'd just take care of him. No strings attached. It would just be like, I'm here. I want to see you. And I'm just going to help you out in the meantime. And some people might look at that and be like, oh my God, you're buying his time. You just want to flash how much money you have. It's like, no. If they're truly that concerned about money, I would just want to help them. It's pretty plain and simple. And you just truly don't know what to do. And so, like, people need to read more motivational books. People need to read more business books. I think the book I'm reading right now is F.U. Money by Dan Lok. It's a great book. And he makes a lot of good valid points that are similar to the ones that I'm pointing out. Because eventually you own money, money does not own you. And that is great. Instead of trading your time for money, you have unlimited time. Your assets are taking care of everything. And that is a great feeling. So, with that being said, just open your eyes, people. There's so much more. And eventually, certain jobs eventually are just going to be weeded out. Like, I'd say the jobs that are going to be safe, like I'd say nursing is a pretty safe gig. Engineering is probably going to be safe for a long time. But certain things, like certain types of classes and whatnot, eventually they're just going to be weeded out. And it's just going to be like, meh. But if you constantly keep looking at the trends of certain jobs and stuff, like if you see a degree that you possibly want to get, look and see how the job market's going to possibly be 10 years out, 20 years out, 50 years out. And if that's a job that you truly want to do, that's great. Me, I had a disillusion to how I thought a job was going to be. It's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to have all this time and all this money. No. When you get into the job market and you get into the real world, you get a very rude awakening that you're going to have no time and very little money. Out of college, you're not going to be making six figures straight out. It's going to be a very, very rude awakening. And with that being said, it's just like, meh. So, prepare for the future, invest, seek out mentors like I have. I've sought out a lot of mentors, and they have mentors themselves, and those people have mentors. And it's just like you get into a good circle of people who are financially stable and financially opulent, and you just start picking their brains and you do what you got to do. So, with that being said, get wealthy, stay motivated, people. I believe in you. Everyone believes in you. Don't let anyone get into your head. I've had a lot of people tell me like, "Oh, it's never gonna happen. You're not even gonna be a multi-millionaire." Blah 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 blah. You're living in a pipe dream, and I'm just like, maybe for you, but I've surrounded myself with people who are successful, and if I do what they say, more than likely I'm gonna be successful because what they have created is something that's replicable. You can replicate it. And so find something that you can replicate, do over and over again, get consistent, and find mentors. Those are some of my biggest pieces of advice. And then diversify and invest in stuff that's going to create you more money. Like I'm investing in multiple internet things, multiple internet businesses, I should say. And then eventually I'm going to branch out into real estate and other things because you got to have multiple flows of income and then just keep investing and investing more. So that's been my talk for today. Hopefully it was inspirational and helpful. Anyway, this has been the Wealth Motivation Channel. Get wealthy, stay motivated. I believe in you. Have a great one, folks.